Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is still Tuesday, July 13th, 2021. A lot of stuff going on, people, and I want to cover that with you. I have all kinds of stuff I wrote down here on my little lovely notepad. All right, people, let's start off with this. So we got news today. I covered this earlier. We are witnessing an inflation spike here in the United States. It's surging at its fastest pace ever. Like for the past few months, we've all heard it's been transitory. It's just gonna go away. Oh, hello? It's gonna go away, right? How about no? Like I've been telling you since the get-go, people. I don't know. Look, they are the mainstream media. The bankers, they are trying to lull people into some kind of thing that has yet to be defined. It's insane. We are in an insane world, and it's going to get a lot worse if certain things happen, and we're going to cover that here. So we got this news on inflation today. It's literally out of control with no end to it. There's no end in sight. Understand? No end in sight. In fact, it's going to get monumentally worse. How could it not? Okay, forget about what they're trying to tell you about. You see, I know you. I know you get it. The moment you heard a central banker say, oh, this is just transitory, it's temporary, and then the same narrative be carried out through the mainstream news outlets, CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox Business, you knew it was dog shit. Dog shit wrapped in cat shit. Okay? Dog shit wrapped in cat shit. You knew that. We can't get the truth. And do you believe for a split second a central banker is going to tell you the truth? Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. Like yesterday when we had New York Fed President Williams explaining that the Fed is propping up the market by buying $80 billion a month in treasuries and $40 billion a month in mortgage-backed securities. Those are minimums, people. That's minimums. There's no top. So we got a stunning admission yesterday, and we got another stunning admission today from the Bank of International Settlements, and we're going to talk about that too. So anyway, we got this incredible number today, and it's going to keep going. Okay, so don't be surprised with regard to inflation. We haven't seen anything yet. Yes, we are spiking at a historic pace, and it is not temporary. Okay, that hit the market a little bit. Stocks fell under some pressure. Did you see the 10-year yield? Bam! 1.41. I mean, what a move in just the past couple of weeks. The dollar put on a lot of strength today. That hit silver. That hit cryptocurrencies as well, and gold was about flat. Okay. Crude oil, well above $75 a barrel. Again, no surprise to you, and it's going much, much higher. People, let me outline a few things for you so you can understand a little better as to what's going on. I've explained to all of you for a very long time that the U.S. Treasury, now being spearheaded by Janet Yellen, former Fed chair, and the current real government, which is the Federal Reserve, they are tag teaming not just the United States, but the world to bring us all to our knees as a new system unfolds right before our eyes. Now, we got an inkling of that today from the Bank of International Settlements. And again, I'm going to talk about that. So we did hear from Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen-Stein, okay? And she's calling for, imagine my shock here. I got to take a deep breath. She's calling for more spending. Now, what she will not tell you is we don't have the money, okay? It's got to be created out of thin air, and this is the same mechanism that is creating inflation. I mean, the last president and the president before him, especially the last two administrations, Obama and Trump, really, and this, of course, freak show that we have today, all they're doing here allowing central banks, the Federal Reserve, to print all the cash they possibly need to do whatever they got to do to keep the stock market propped up. I mean, period, the end. That was Obama's MO. That was Trump's MO. Look at the stock market. Look at the stock market. Oh, no. It's not the Fed supporting everything. No, it's the amazing economy that we have. Duh. No, it was all a lie from the get-go. Just like it is now, just like it was under Obama. It doesn't change. The faces may change that sit behind the resolute desk, but it doesn't change the real leadership of the world. Okay, I think you understand that. Anyway, so Treasury Secretary Yellen talking about more spending. We don't have the money. Where's it coming from? Okay. And then we heard from Fed President Daly today. I want you to pay attention to what she said. The Federal Reserve monetary policy is in a good place right now. It's in a good place right now. Meanwhile, she didn't address the fact that we're seeing historic inflation here. Okay, no, that doesn't matter because you recall that Fed chairperson the piece of shit, can I say that? Jay Powell doesn't care about inflation at all. He just wants you to get the jab. That's all he said. That's his main concern. It's not inflation. It's the jab. You know that. Now, we had another thing from the Fed speak today, and that's Fed President Bullard. I can't tell you how much I detest this man, okay? He's another creature feature thing, okay? Now this thing, Fed President Bullard, now this is a quote word for word about what he said today, okay? Quote, I am a little bit concerned that we, the Fed, are feeding into an incipient housing bubble. Now, keep this in mind. Just yesterday, we heard from the other freak, Williams from the New York Fed, who admitted that's what they're doing. They're artificially propping this all up. People, you can't make this stuff up. It's impossible to do. And this is why sometimes I freak out. Could you blame me for freaking? You're probably freaking out too. Now, let's really put the icing on the cake here. So the Bank of International Settlements, the BIS. Many people consider the BIS, Bank of International Settlements, to be the central bank of central banks. Now, this is a pretty profound statement that we got today from the Bank of International Settlements. Okay, are you ready? Quote, we are planning for absolute control of the financial system. Yeah, you heard right. This is the Bank of International Settlements, the central bank of central banks, coming out explaining that they are planning for absolute control. Now, if they have absolute control over the financial system, which they clearly do already, they have absolute control of the world. You understand? I've been telling you that for the longest time. Now, I want to read this to you real quick. Here. This is the mission statement of the Bank of International Settlements. Our mission is to support central banks' pursuit of monetary stability through international cooperation between central banks of the world. Duh! People, I've been telling you for the longest time, these central banks are working in concert to bring the world to its knees before them. They want absolute control. Okay, that's what this is all about. Everything is about control. You all know that. The scamdemic, the elimination of what was the largest class of people, the middle class. They're being exterminated systematically. I want you to think about that. Making the populace of the world easier to control. That's what they are doing here. Okay, like I said, we're getting this new feudal system, extreme haves, extreme have-nots. The people at the bottom, people in the middle class are falling through the cracks here. faster than you can possibly imagine. What are they doing? These people are borrowing beyond their eyeballs to try to maintain a certain lifestyle. Meanwhile, what did we find out today? Inflation spiking at its fastest pace ever in history. Oh, but don't worry, it's just transitory. And these same people are earning less. Do you think seriously this is by accident, or is it about gaining absolute control, as the BIS is explaining here? People, you can't make it up. You can't do it. This is real. It seems like it's not real, like this is some kind of a fantasy land or a sitcom or whatever, but this is real. But what do we got? We got people in this country, storming buildings that have nothing to do with anything. No, they should have been storming the Federal Reserve, but no. They go out there and storm the Capitol, for which most of them thought it was the White House. Did you know that? Duh. You want to talk about mental midgets at the highest order? Useful idiots, people. That's what they're doing. You understand that? They've turned the world upside down. And the central banks, along with the BIS here, and their mission is simple: absolute control. And they're using the current situation, deliberately creating inflation, forcing people to struggle so they can control them even more. That's really what this is all about. And this is why I've been telling you, you've got to get yourself on the right side of this, people. Do everything you can. Claw yourself up if you can. Any way possible. You've got to understand what's going on. All right, people, look, very important video. Please share it. Please get it out there. Share it on all your social networks. Look, it's so simple. Hit that thumbs up over here. And please share this stuff. Get it out there, because I can't imagine another place where you're going to find out this kind of information. I go crazy trying to find this stuff for you. And maybe I even get myself into a little bit of trouble. People ask, Greg, do you fear for your life? You know what? Sometimes I do. All right, I'm out of here. I need all of you. Please share my work, especially this video. I'll see you tomorrow.